Hello and welcome to Cybercast Ep65, the Transformer video podcast. I am Josh, also known as G1 Hextron. I'm joined with my co-host Dakota, PrimalSabbath, also Jaim, Victory Saber 77, and we've got a ton of Transformer news from Hasbro to Kara, just a ton of official stuff, also a lot of Masterpiece as well, as far as new pictures and prototypes and new reveals. We also have quite a bit of third-party news, add-ons, and our topic for tonight's show is Botcon, or our pre-Botcon show. As most of you guys know, Botcon is going to be next week. Whenever we end up doing that show, we're going to be doing it live from the hotel, so it's not going to be your original setup here. It's going to be basically one laptop, one camera, and one mic, and hopefully that turns out all right. So I know for our next week, the following week, we're going to have a guest, and we'll get more into that here a little bit later. But why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? Dakota?
Dakota, you can find me everywhere at PrimalSabbath.
And I am Jaim, Victory Saber 77. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube.
And you can find me, G1 Hextron, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, G1 Hextron, or you can find me on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, the G1 Hextron. Now, as far as our community stuff, we have our website, cybercastnetwork.com. Everything we're going to be taking a look at today, because we do a lot of screen sharing to show you all the news so that you can actually get a visual aid whenever you watch the show. It's a Diet Coke. What?
meant to have the mic muted.
Okay. Polling adult.
It wasn't that bad. That was so much.
But
I'm sorry.
Everything we're going to be taking a look at is going to be off of our website, cybercastnetwork.com. We also have a Twitter, CybercastNet, and then we also have our Facebook page, Cybercast Network, our YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, and if you guys want to see a lot of Botcon footage, everything is going to be uploaded to the Cybercast Network YouTube channel. So if you're not able to go, it's a great way to kind of experience everything. Like, we're going to be taking footage from the dealers' rooms, the cosplays, the display cases,
a couple of the panels
if
actually.
we can. Yeah, panels, our trip to Universal Studios, bus rides, hotel stuff, room-to-room stuff. So just tons and tons of footage. So if you want to see any of that, you got to subscribe to that channel. Also, we're doing a giveaway. I will show you here the shirt in a few seconds, but if we hit 100 subscribers on Cybercast Network, and you're subscribers of ours as well, and 100 members, the only thing left to do for a benchmark is to get 100 members on the website. We're going to ship out one of our free CybercastNetwork.com shirts. If we hit 250 members on our YouTube channel and on the website, then we're going to be giving away the Generations Mint Seal Box Whirl, and also the Generations Mint Sealed Socks. Mint Sealed Box. Yeah, Rhinox there. To where I've had those for a while, and if you decide that you want something else, then I have no problem exchanging it or getting you something equal of value, so we can just figure that out if you end up winning. So do those things so I can get all that out of my house. It's cluttered in here. So anything before we get started, or any hauls, Dakota?
There was my Akon haul from last week. I got a couple of Japanese Beast Wars items that I was kind of surprised to see. Got a Gundam kit that I still haven't built. I bought my first NECA figure, probably my last NECA figure. Had some pretty terrible QC issues out of it. And I bought a Robots in Disguise Super Sideburn. James, if you want to do your haul, because I had something to add like after this.
I got nothing. So.
Ooh.
Enjoy your nothing, man.
Yeah, I got nothing.
For the first week, actually saving for Botcon, dude, it's been so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I spent $230. I bought a camera, a tripod, an SD card, stuff to utilize during Botcon, and it was like, oh, there goes some of my budget. That's not cool. So as far as like panel recording goes, I was looking at the schedule. I was like, well, there's really like 2 panels that I genuinely care about. Like, some of these panels seem a little boring, sadly.
What? You got the gym panel.
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys can film that from the You guys can film that from the 4th row and back. There's like 2 panels you're gonna have front row access on. Like after that, like, I don't know. I just so like
Not,
you know,
not
I'm
gonna
just gonna leave
record
it
every
there.
panel.
No, like I'm
All right.
not. You know, I just no David Cage.
As far as, I guess, kind of hauls for myself, I got a G1 Abominus. That thing came in. So I'm going to end up selling my other G1 Abominus. Also picked up 2 Gundam kits. I ended up putting together and doing a review on the little SD guy. He's so cute, man. I think I'm just going to keep on buying the little SD Gundam kit figures. And I can't remember what else came in, to be honest. So I have a hard time keeping up with that stuff. So we will go ahead and get into a little news segment here. All right, here we go. So for the 100 members that we're giving away a CybercastNetwork.com T-shirt, this is what it looks like. So like I said, just be a subscriber to Cybercast Network and all of us, and become a member of CybercastNetwork.com.
Yay, and it's free! Yay!
It's absolutely free. All right, so the first article, Cybercast Countdown to BotCon Part 14. Tell us about this.
Well, this was a very biasly written article because this was my first BotCon. And it was my favorite, and because it's only my first, and I was able to take pictures again, and I was happy about being able to photograph all the exclusives and everything like that. It's basically just all the events that went down at what some people consider to be, the Dallas BotCon sucked. It sucked. Like, it was really awesome. All of the panels were just super fun. I remember the schedule going live previous to prior to the convention starting, and I was like, man, all these panels look so awesome. Like, this year I'm just kind of like only feeling like 2 or 3 panels, but for 2012 it was just awesome. It was a shattered glass year, and shattered glass is something I really dig the concept of. So I was all in for the box set, even though there's some classics oriented figures in there. They all still kind of go well for me, just for my collecting habits, I guess.
I like the Spinister. I think that's nice.
Yeah. And then you had Gigatron and Metal Hawk and Kickoff, or whatever his actual name is. So quite a bit of just smaller, niche characters, and they made a story with them. It was really cool. The Insecticon Shattered Glass Junkions, I thought that was a great set. Just all the figures from this year really did it for me, and I'm looking forward to the next Shattered Glass year for whatever that's worth.
All right, and the next article is done by Victory Saber 77, The Legend of Brave, King of Brave, Gygar Final. I read this one right before.
This is what? Cool.
I said I read this one right before, man. It's good stuff.
That's the end, unfortunately. So no more Gal Gygar. But great story. I mean, there's 2 versions. You have the final, and then you have the Glorious Gathering that incorporates Better Man into it. So you go from 8 episodes to 12. But I just focused on the final, just the original 8 episodes, which is your non-stop action-oriented, take no names. I mean, Gal Gygar gets his, you get to finally see the Genesic Gal Gygar, which is really cool. And we also get the Ryu sisters, which is really cool. Ko-Ryu and Ryu.
Yeah, look at these lovely ladies.
So
I was reading this, I was like, oh, is there a toy for him? And no. Oh.
At least not in the deluxe set. I think maybe CMS did something, but I'm not sure. But
you know how Takara is in releasing female Transformers or transforming characters or female characters in general.
Yeah, but really do like them. I mean, yeah, 10 Ryujin is really cool. Gal Gygar is okay, but it was just that kind of stepping stone to get to the final, the ultimate god of destruction, Genesic Gal Gygar there. So.
And this guy in toy form, I know CMs did it, and it is, I mean, Do
It's
you
awesome.
sell sign on your car? Because this thing is just extremely expensive.
And nothing beats the Goldian Crusher either. I mean, if you want a final attack from any type of anime, you check out King of Braves Gal Gaigar final and check out the Goldian Crusher. I mean, that thing is just epic. The thing becomes like the huge, just if you think of the Goldian Hammer, that was Goldimar, and multiply that by 1,000. It's huge. It's huge.
Move over
Huge.
Fire Guts Jinrai and Super Spirit Bomb and
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it takes 2 ships to make this thing come together. So 3 ships, yeah, 3 ships. But it's a great series. I was hoping that they would continue on. There was rumor that there might be a continuation in the Gal Gaigar series, but never did really happen. We did get a couple of games, which is kind of a sneak preview to the next article, which I'm going to kind of dive into, that has Bond Gone. I'm saying that guy's name right, but that was supposed to be the next installment of the Brave series, but unfortunately the anime kind of just fizzled away. Takara Sunrise kind of went bye-bye. So.
Oh, but Saban and Toei Animation, they kept it strong.
So.
Well, bringing up or an animated series or animation, fan group, Kirudu, or how do you say it again?
Karyudo.
Karyudo, okay. Fansub's Transformers car robot release. I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, brought it up, and all the stuff that that they're doing. Basically, just want to let you guys know that it's going to be under Transformers news topics. I might at some point move it down to general discussion throughout the week, but they are actually going to be coming on not the week of BotCon, but the next week to kind of just answer some questions on kind of going through the process and future plans and stuff like that. So definitely go check it out, download it, and it's just all fan sub. So absolutely wonderful. Love that.
It really lets fans kind of understand what the show really was about, and not that American interpretation, which was somewhat
down.
Off. Yeah.
All right, and you guys know that I don't do any articles, basically, because I mainly, my focus is always the news and putting it up here and getting it out to you guys quick. But I kind of have my own little segment here. As most of you guys know, that Dakota and I, we went to A-Kon, and these are all the pictures of the cosplay, and kind of scroll through some of these things. There's a lot of great costumes. I will say this girl here at the front, though, I would marry her. Oh my goodness. I thought she was. But anyways, what is it from the Animaniacs? Like Hello Nurse. So yeah.
Yeah.
We saw this lady at the Game Pods. Is that what it is?
Oh, the Battle Pods. Oh my God, I'm taking like $500 next year just to do Battle Pods. Like that's 100 rounds of Battle Pods, and I'm gonna do it.
These guys, they were waiting in a panel for a panel somewhere. It was towards the end. This Deadpool guy, he sent me a message on Instagram. He goes, "Dude, that's actually me. Do you mind emailing this to me, dude? If you're watching, I just need your email address." So
all the Deadpool were awesome that weekend. There was like a little.
There was a huge
montage.
battle scene or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just had all the Deadpools. There were like 30-something Deadpools, probably more Deadpools, but it was a lot of Deadpools.
Just a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of stuff just because I'm not into anime. There was a lot of this. What is this?
A lot of Attack on Titan stuff. Like
yeah,
50% of that con had to be Attack on Titan cosplays, and then they all worked. They all looked really excellent.
I love this one, Carmen Sandiego.
There was some that you missed, and I wasn't able to get a picture of. There was a lot of people cosplaying as like Spartans from Halo. Like one guy was actually dressed up as the Meta from Red vs. Blue. I was like, "Oh, dude, let me get a picture," and he was like, "No, man, I'm busy right now." I said, "Okay, go do Meta stuff." But, It was
And
tight.
this is one of the funniest ones, just because like the scroll where she goes, so did they like pose for this? I was like, no, they were just sitting there like this.
They were just chilling. Yeah, it was awesome.
They were just chilling, and like people just walked by and took pictures. I mean, it was awesome. And there was a lot of this leg kicking up thing. I don't know if that has significance to some part of the show. This girl was like, she was like just checking out, like trying to buy a Dr. Pepper or something. I was like, yo, get a picture over here. Thank you.
And when you get a Dr. Pepper, you have to buy 3 little baggies of M&Ms so you can swipe your card.
Yeah. I really dig this one. I liked it. And people were saying like sad Pikachu.
Freaking Pichu.
And this is like a whole group right here.
The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Yeah, I was digging that. Dark Magician and
this person was like, you could whenever we saw them, we got behind them one time, and it was like hard to get them around them at the end. But like walking so slow because of these feet and stuff, I was just like, oh, I mean that's cool, but it's gonna suck walking around like this. Would much more be like my thing, like to where I can still move freely and stuff like that. And I love this. This was awesome. I love that pose he did. But this would be so hard.
You know, he was doing it all weekend long too. Poor guy. Like, let me get
I know. Like I asked him, hey dude, can I get a picture? He was just like, this jerk. I was just walking out to my car. So... you got some Lord of the Rings stuff here. So all this stuff is on my Instagram. This thing was really cool because it actually like drove around and stuff like that. I was trying to take a picture. The thing kept on moving. But got a pretty decent one in there.
Wish there would have been a Spike Spiegel to go with that Faye Valentine.
Which one is this? From the Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Hercule.
I got Harley Quinn. Arrow. I really dig this one just because I'm a fan of the show. This is one of my favorite pictures as well. Just like, when I asked them to just take a picture, this is one of the earlier ones that I took that I saw that they all went into like kind of this battle pose, and it kind of set up the rest of the day for me, to where I guess people were doing like some pose, because I just thought that they were just going to stand next to each other and I wasn't going to take a picture. But and as you can see, like all these people in the background are just like watching it. I don't know if they think that something's about to go down or what. But, I really like that. And there's that leg kicking up thing. Unfortunately, like this is like the second time I tried to take the picture and it was kind of blurry, and I was like, I don't want to ask again. So. Some Marvel stuff. This actually made it on a couple of different people's websites as their.
The legendary birds. Yeah, I thought that was tight.
Yeah, like some people like took this picture and put it on their website. This was one of the first ones as well. And these guys were cool because they actually had this little boombox. I don't know if you can see it there, but they were playing like the Mario theme as well, which was nice. So just a little taste of what we're going to try to get for you guys, or just a small portion of it, cosplay. It's not obviously as big at BotCon as it is.
There's still some pretty
at A-Con and
awesome.
San Diego Comic-Con, but still some stuff. All right, now getting into the collection spotlight. This is by Cybercast Network member The Shape, and pretty darn impressive. The guys collecting habits are in the right spot. I don't see any Beast Wars. I see nothing but G1 and Japanese stuff. So,
poor guy doesn't know what he's missing. It looks awesome though. Like all seriousness, I really wish I could afford to get the glass display cases.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I've already spent like $300 on bookshelves. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do with all these bookshelves now? But yeah.
There's
very nice.
Several little Holy Grails in here too.
Oh yeah.
There's two particular figures that piqued my interest. Because you really, like, nobody really knows, like, a ton of people that have them. And I'll show them off here in a second, but look at all this nice stuff, man. A lot of box stuff, which is cool.
Oh, nice. Is that
here
a
it is.
powered convoy or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. You've got was it Black Shadow and Blue
Bacchus.
Bacchus? Okay.
He's got 2 arc fires.
Victory Pretender.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Both 2 victory.
I mean,
mega
you just
pretenders.
never see that stuff. And Minerva, right there. Great shot.
If he's got the Black Shadow and the Blue Bacchus, he's probably gonna have Minerva. That dude's got, like, what is that, like a complete run of just everything? I'm guessing.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
So make sure you guys go ahead and submit your collection as well. You just go to our forum sections. You obviously got to be a member. Go to collections, and if you don't know how to submit your own pictures, then there's a video on Cybercast Network's YouTube channel to where I kind of explain how to do that step by step. You just got to have like a photo bucket, which is, for those that don't know what that is, it's just a free image hosting website. So it doesn't cost you anything. You upload from your computer to there, and then you can upload to the website.
And I'm totally thinking about
go ahead and
going
share off your collection.
all the freaking ads. It's so
Going
terrible.
what?
Paying for Photo Bucket just so I don't have all the ads, like making my computer freeze and die. It's oh my god.
I'll show you a trick to that. But let's go ahead and dive into this. This is
Can we
we
not?
finally got word on what this new animated series is going to be called, and I believe it's Robots in the Skies, right?
Yes, like,
Yeah.
could you not use that 7 times in the same decade?
So original.
We all
So,
know
and we
Disney
got
has
this
the
new
real robots
picture
in
here.
disguise.
We got this new picture here. You got the Bumblebee. We've already, obviously already seen him, and I'm guessing that's Sideswipe to the left, and is it Fix It? Is what people are saying. The guy to the right.
Really? Because I thought that was Knockout and, like, a new design for Wheelie.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, this looks like Knockout, and what is that, Wheelie? Just because he's on wheels, and he already looks annoying.
Yeah, he really looks annoying.
Like, I
It's
can.
obviously Wheelie.
A while back, they were like, "Oh, this isn't the final art or whatever for it," and I was like, "Okay, maybe there's some kind of
Really, because it really looks like it is.
Yeah, that's it. Like at this point, oh yeah, check out these final images of these characters, and I'm like, I think I can just cancel my premium channel package because there's no point in watching the hub anymore. So.
You know what I wanted? This is gonna be the thumb Cybercast for this episode, but I would love a animated series to where it's like this, like these little super deformed little guys, and they look little cute guys, and I think that would be awesome. No, am I the only one that's thinking that? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, you and Kids Logic can hang out. But I don't know. I don't really care for the aesthetics either. I mean, I thought it was Knockout too, but then I saw a lot of people were just saying he's Sideswipe, and even if it is Sideswipe and Fix It or Wheelie or whoever, that is a really crappy support cast for Bumblebee so far, in my opinion. I don't know. I just don't see it lasting that long.
I'm hoping the toys aren't like Rescue Bots toys, and they are kind of like half decent at that deluxe Voyager price point, because I want the Sideswipe for my Sideswipe shelf.
What if they did it like animated? As far as the toys go, I can see that being successful. A lot of people love animated, and me myself, I'm getting into the animated line now. So
it's funny, like a lot of people love animated, but apparently a lot of people don't like to drop cash on animated, or else all the e-tailers would still be offering Buster and Trench. But instead, it was like that one e-tailer that picked it up. So I don't know. It's cool because the way animated toys. What?
I I was saying since I'm getting into the animated line, I'm not even planning on getting those guys.
Yeah.
The little Mario Luigi things. So.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Sideswipe looks decent in a deluxe form. I'll likely pick it up. But I don't know. I'm hoping. I'll watch the first episode and then see, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Doesn't give me hope.
It's gonna
be
awesome, guys. It's gonna be awesome. So,
Just
all
like
right,
this
now
is
finally
awesome.
diving into the toys. You have your TRU Japan exclusive Lost Age Evasion Optimus Prime. Only took them 67 repaints before they finally gave you the one that you actually wanted.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Japanese exclusive. So.
It's more that Silver Knight stuff that I'm seeing, and I don't know. I'm just not digging it.
I'd pick it up if it was released here.
Here's the thing.
But
here's the thing: is you're getting finally that beat up looking flat-nosed truck there that you see in the movie and that you see in the trailer, and this is actually the only time that this repaint makes sense because that's what he looks like in the movie. You know, so I guess kids can reenact that scene, you know, and stuff like that from the movie. I could see this being one of the more popular ones, to be honest.
Rich kid.
He's even the faceplate one too, and he's not the organic mouth that Michael Bay likes to give him.
Wish that they would do the new Prime design in Voyager with the faceplate and not the mouth. Like, that's all I'm really asking for at this point. Because I like the new design, but I don't like the way the leader looks. It's just too much crap on its back and everywhere else.
All right, now all these TF4 figures that we're going to be taking a look at are the movie series. This is 8026 Lockdown. It's going to be a deluxe. What are you guys' thoughts on
that? The deal, like the arm kibble, I guess, where it like blocks his hand off the head. I would have preferred the head to have that like kind of battle mask green thing that he had in the trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because it's a Lamborghini and all, but that's the only good thing about it is that it's a Lamborghini.
People were saying
really nice. Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely. Looks really good. Unfortunately, he's a Transformer, and you'll probably transform him at some point.
Yeah. Unless he comes packaged
a lot
like
of people
that,
like it though.
and then I might just leave him sealed on card. If he comes packaged in his vehicle mode and just display him that way.
I don't know. I'm not digging it. I don't like the way it looks. It's just a product of this whole, 3-step, 5-step, 10-step cheap. It's not like cheap, I wouldn't say, but I don't know.
That easier transformations. There's just too many. Like you could definitely see that you move this over or flip this around, and you move the arm down, straighten that out, and you got that whole door and front fender section.
Yeah.
So there's the legs fold up, and there's really not a whole lot to it. To where if you would have just gave us a little bit more, but I guess they want to focus on that a little bit easier transformation. Which, all right, I've never heard like kids complain, so I don't know where that came from, but whatever.
And this is
they have people that do research on it, so they know more than we do.
Evidently, these if these designs came out 5 years ago, I think they would be some really legitimate toys. But I don't know. I'll leave it.
I think we're tired.
Now we look at the 8023.
So it just looks like the Hasbro Drift.
Yep.
No point in buying the Takara Drift.
No. And talk about simple transformation. I think it's the easiest thing ever.
Oh, I know, but I wanted it.
He's got the same thing with his pretty much the door section, or the whole panel over here is his arms, to where it's, you flip a panel up and there's half of the car there.
At least
right?
he looks like a decent robot, though.
Yeah, he does. He looks better than Lockdown. I'll give you that. The whole design, the aesthetics of the whole Shogun looks good.
I still don't dig the head sculpt, but yeah.
But it fits with the whole overall design. I mean,
yeah.
I wish that the swords were, chromed out instead of or at least a Takara version, you would think. Instead of that.
There you go on that chrome kick.
Yeah, well, you know. But
And you took a picture with this guy with the other drift, and
yeah,
this guy almost looked like a Legends figure.
he's small.
It's just a huge difference. All right, now you have the 8021 Hound. This guy's going to be a Voyager.
They couldn't
And
even,
a lot of people, I see them liking the Hound just because it comes with quite a few weapons here, and this is one of those ones that looks like they really tried with, where you really can't say that on all of them.
All the details on his arms with like the bullets and the everything. I mean, it's tight and everything, but I don't know. Hound still isn't for me.
Both modes look really nice. I like the robot mode, but I also like the vehicle mode. I mean, the amount of weapons is nice, but I mean, I don't need 5, 6 weapons, whatever he comes with. But it does look nice. It's a nice added bonus. Give those off to someone else.
It's a good kid's toy.
Yeah,
I think.
Chris said he'd wait for
this one that I would.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chris said he'll wait for the Voyager lockdown, and to that I reply, well, remember Voyager Drift? So just take that for what it's worth.
What is that? Voyager lockdown. I don't know what it is.
They're doing a. I think they said they were doing a Voyager version of Lockdown, but the Voyager version of Drift is a freaking Skyhammer repaint. So
yeah,
take it with a shot of vodka and a pinch of salt.
8022 Galvatron is going to be a Voyager. This is such a huge disappointment to me because most people know that I'm a big Galvatron fan, and oh God, man!
The entire truck just like folds.
I mean, to be honest, well, yeah. I mean, look at it. I mean, you can obviously take it off if you wanted to, and then you have an articulated Action Master. Is basically what it is. It's like, look, we put all the transformation on this little backpack. You can take it off, and then you can have just kind of a little limited articulated super robot Chigokin figure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a super robot Chigokin because those things have class.
Yeah, so
I'm just a character a little bit better.
That it's just a huge disappointment because of the fact that if they did not tell you that this was Galvatron, is there anything on here that would make you think, like, as soon as you looked at it, you don't know who the character's name is, and you'd be like, oh, that's definitely Galvatron? There's no way, because there's nothing that really, any characteristics that resemble Galvatron.
Yeah.
This guy. So
they should have just stayed with Motormaster and did the Stunticons. Had the humans be the villains.
Whatever.
And we could just create Menasor, but oh well.
Now, don't count it out that we still don't get a Menasor, because they'll be like, oh, Galvatron, he also...
also is a combiner.
Galvatron / Motormaster.
He's actually a
like Sturge in his sweeps for Menasor.
Lockdown is also / Wild Rider. So.
Oh, man.
It's going to happen. All right, so now we get into the Dinobots. 8024 Strafe. It's basically your swoop here.
Same version.
You notice any differences?
No, I think they're doing just like they did for Dark of the Moon. Dark of the Moon, Takara Transformers didn't really feature anything unique or awesome looking.
Nope.
You want that premium Takara paint job, dude? You go for their like classics, whatever they call their classics line.
Why even call this the movie Advance series then?
Because it comes out before the movie does in their country, I guess. The toys do.
It's a good mold, though. I really do like the Strafe mold. I do like the wings on the back. I like the fold out, fold down.
I like how the two heads form shoulder pads.
Yeah.
That's one that I'm definitely going to wait for a regret purchaser. Like, someone just wants to throw it up and get rid of it. And like, I'll take that for $7 shipped. Thank you.
Yeah. 2 swords and a crossbow. Not bad.
What is this, Assassin's Creed?
You got the 8025 Slash. It's going to be a deluxe. A small little bitty feet right there.
Seeing, like, I know, like, 2 weeks ago I was like, yeah, I'm going to get all the Dinobots, but I think I'm just going to stop after Swoop. I can't get past the like tropical colors this guy has.
Well, you need to get Slog at least. Sludge.
Oh, well, yeah, the gray one.
Yeah, you need to get that one. The Voyager class, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know these. This
Yeah,
guy.
there's so many name changes. I've got to think for a second. I'm like, who is that again? So
That's not too bad. The color scheme is different. I mean, it's more of a metallic finish than the one that the Hasbro one that I have. But I do love the fact that his little axe things are stored in his forearms and such.
yeah, they do a good job with the Dinobots about making the weapons go certain places, right?
Yeah.
On all of them. So that's nice. And this is the 8020 Black Knight Drumlock. So,
Jaim, is that chrome?
It might be. I don't know. I like that entire gold chrome one that I saw that was released over in the Philippines or Singapore or something. No.
Yeah.
But
this looks
one
like
doesn't look
gold
too bad.
chrome here throughout the chest, and then silver throughout here.
Not too bad.
There's a closer look at it.
Dude.
This is probably the better looking one that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, that isn't going to cost you like an arm, a leg, and a kidney, and maybe a quarter of your lung. Still a god-awful T-Rex mode.
Look
at those feet.
Herp, derp, I got long torso, derp, herp.
This would be the Grimlock to get, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Looks pretty sweet. And there's people that they're making G1 heads, shapeways for these guys too.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I can see that. But what is this, like the 5th or 6th version of Grimlock we've got? So I'd wait for at least the 50th or maybe 60th version. Might get
like you did with
everything
Optimus.
But
all right, remember like a while back, like in the beginning of the year, we got this. They were coming out with these books, or this might have even been December of 2013 that they came out with this book. It's the 30th anniversary type thing celebration, and you had a picture of Jetfire, you had a picture of Defensor, and all these different things. So we're like, are we getting these figures? You know, what is this about? So it looks like we're ending up getting some of these characters. Well, I really hope that this is not the Defensor that they had planned for us. Well, it's not even Defensor. It's just going to be the Protectobots. And this is the first image that we get here. You got First Aid, which is from the Prime Ratchet mold. You have Groove, which is RC, which is not even the right color. They were like, you know what, we're not even remolded. Yeah, it's very small. And then you have Street Smart.
oh my gosh.
I gotta think that's fake. There's no way there's no way none of this can be real. If it is, way to compete with the third-party market, Hasbro. You're really winning over people with money.
So you don't need a college education to work for Hasbro.
No joke. I just need to strut up in there and be like, all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do.
Damn.
Upscale
the whole thing is that you had to put. You obviously, I guess, you don't have the naming rights to Streetwise anymore, so you're like, all right. So all these guys are maybe First Aid in groups, so you put Protectobot in front of it, like we see a lot of times where they're like, oh, it's Autobot Springer or Decepticon Brawl, you know, because they don't have just Brawl, they have to put the Decepticon or whatever in front of it. So are you meaning to tell me that not only did you have, you know, the naming rights to Streetwise, but you didn't have the naming rights to Protectobot Streetwise? Like, who got that? That you had to call this guy Street Smart as well. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm hoping this is fake. Which, I mean, if it's not, then it's like, man, I can really focus on like other collecting habits that I have. So.
And here's the thing: is they're not going to combine. But as far as the hotspot, you know, they came out with that GDO hotspot, which was actually a nice looking figure.
Yeah.
You know, to where they're giving you a red hotspot, but they're not even doing it from the correct mold.
So they're giving you
the Infernal hotspot. They're giving you the grapple.
They're giving us the grapple, the Solar Storm
mold.
grapple.
Yeah, they're giving you the grapple one. Where now he's got that crane thing. Instead of his water cannon or ladder or anything like that. I can't really make out what.
Hasbro should just wise up and use that old 3H design for Defensor, hotspot / Defensor from the RID 2000 Optimus Prime. Just beat the club to it, and they just re-release that mold. Fix that mold up for us, please, Hasbro.
Like everyone in the comments here, everyone, terrible. All right, we'll move on to something that's pretty cool, and I know. Because the way I set this up is I knew that Dakota was going to take a dip in his excitement, and that's why I had to, place this afterwards to kind of bring him back up. See, it's all strategy on the way I set it up here.
Real close to hitting the X button here, and just letting you guys run the rest of the show. Man, I'm happy that Takara finally, said, "Hey, look, we're doing this." Knew they were, but it's now it's set in stone. It's so awesome. Gonna get rid of my by other means acquired rat trap somehow with the official ones hitting the market, but really happy to get the Takara rat trap, and they're re-releasing the Primal, the Ultra Primal with the 10th anniversary head, and I'm getting that just to have it mint and sealed box rather. I have the 10th anniversary Primal and the original Primal loose, so having that sealed in box, and I'll have to track down the next convention Gary Chalk will be at, have him sign it.
As far as size goes,
I'm definitely picking both those up. So.
How big the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus is, and he's on this bottom shelf, so you can kind of get an idea of size there. And plus, pretty much most people know the size, but if you don't have these figures, that kind of gives you an idea right there.
Yeah. I dig how the Ultra still kind of looks good with these newer updates of Beast Wars toys. I really do like that.
I'm just happy that we're getting that as a re-release, because that 10th anniversary, whether it's the Toys R Us version or the Takara, is too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Way expensive. I mean, you're looking at $200 to $300.
And it's not in that gray color either. It's in the black color, and that's what's kind of I don't know. The 10th anniversary was great. It was fantastic. But man. God, I'm so happy with these two. Bravo, Takara. Way to keep me as a customer.
Curious though if it's going to continue on with the Beast Wars line, or is it going to just, because it's called the Legends series, is it going to jump into something else? Or
I think it's just going to be this next waves of Generations figures that we're seeing. Tankor, Chromia, Wingblade, all that other stuff. So.
Okay, that
works. Excited about Wingblade. I can't wait to get her.
Pre-orders went up.
Looks cool. I'll just buy it in store. I usually can get it in store faster anyway. That's gonna be Thrust, his girlfriend. So
Thrust, his girlfriend.
I'm gonna take pictures of he's just chasing her around everywhere. But we got some Voyager Transformer Takara Cloud. This is Hot Rodimus from the Springer mold, and other than them just changing up the colors, everything looks to be exactly the same.
It is. That's
the head.
That's the point of the Takara Go line, or the Takara Cloud line. Needless to say, I'm buying it. I think it looks good as a Hot Rod or a Rodimus or whatever.
It's Hot Rodimus.
Okay. It looks good as Hot Rodimus. I don't know. I dig it. I dig the design whenever they kind of teased it in that picture. So
yeah,
I'm on it.
I'd pick it up just because it's Rodimus and it's a different take on him. It's a new, I'm kind of tired of that classics mold that we've gotten over and over and over again. I mean, this is at least nice. I wish he did have that kind of, winged spoiler thing on his back somehow, but it still works.
It's time for Hasbro to just
don't forget that these things are going to be like $100 each.
Yeah, but this at least is worth it. It's a different
$25 figures.
Oh yeah, I know.
At the crappy Classics Optimus Prime again, or that that Megatron that was
The bludgeon Megatron mold or whatever. Yeah.
Those aren't worth it. This I could justify maybe $100 for.
I couldn't, but
it's the Chuck collector in me. That's why.
It's just I have a hot rod shelf that's a little bare compared to my Starscream shelf. So
I like the character, but I just don't. Maybe in robot mode he kind of looks like Rodimus, which how most people display him. But in his alt modes, I mean, it just about Rodimus, I want him to look all like, or hot Rodimus, excuse me. Or is it Autobot Hot Rodimus?
It's Transformers Cloud Autobot Hot Rodimus. That's like you
gotta say that every time. You gotta say it every time whenever you talk about the figure. So, all right, this next one is also Dakota Cloud Voyager. They say Shockwave, but whenever I looked at this, like that Barry White song, Let's Get It On, that this was made for your Shockwave. For my Quake Wave, my G1 Shockwave, because he spent all those millions of years on Cybertron all by himself. This is kind of like, hey, bro, this is your reward, because even a lot of people were saying like this looks very female to me. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? You gonna pay $100 for Miss Shockwave here?
No,
not
really. No.
I have it as Whirl. I'm okay with it as Whirl. I like that it's a new take. It's a new direction. But no.
And we had to see it coming too. I mean, the only other cycloptic-looking robot that we have is Whirl, and
Wasn't there like some more of that like teased artwork or whatever a while back too?
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? One little nod that they did for this is they gave, I keep on wanting to say her, but they gave him these translucent weapons to kind of mimic that of the the G1.
Yeah.
So
that is
at least you got that, and they're not just black plastic like they are on Whirl, So
I'd rather just have this as a Whirl that just goes crazy, and he decides to color himself Shockwave's color.
It's fitting to the character. I mean,
yeah. Well, he's a nut, but yeah.
This is whenever he was on. What is that episode again? I keep on forgetting it, but well, whatever. It's in season 3 when they all like Cyclonus and Ultramagnus. They turn into like
Killing
weird
Jar.
colors. Yeah, Killing Jar. This is your Killing Jar Whirl, even though he wasn't in that episode. All right, getting into the masterpiece stuff. Here we get some actual pictures and not just kind of like a glossy page in a book. Images here of Silver Streak. So, and I got some comparisons a little bit later on. Now, I can confirm that he's going to come with both missile pods here, and his gun. So you're not going to have one of those situations where you got one missile pod, now you got to go hunt down the other, or pay extra money or anything like that. So he's going to be coming with all the accessories here.
That's cool to actually have a complete blue streak, silver streak, I guess. But still, this to me is a Toys R Us exclusive.
It should be.
That's what it should be. Not that Prowl. I mean, even though Prowl's coming out, but this is right up Toys R Us's alley. I mean, it's a more, G1 toy accurate figure that should be released at Toys R Us, not at Takara exclusive crap. But oh well, whatever. We should have gotten the blue. Takara should have done the blue version. This should have been a Toys R Us exclusive, and then retire the Datsun mold. But oh well. Oh, he comes with stickers.
Yeah, after we get the blue,
display him too. Just like that.
After we get the blue streak, retire the mold. That I'm done with it.
Yeah.
There he is in comparison here with blue streak, and I got a couple other pictures right here. I still like this one better.
Yeah.
The first one we got. Dakota, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just Meh.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'd probably be a little more excited if it was the blue one. I mean, I know it wasn't the blue one. The blue streak is something I'd even pick up, and I have no place for it. But this is just kind of, yeah, it's okay.
Do you think that it may be possible that we could get a? Because I know a lot of us are like, you know what, we like the masterpiece, and if it, like Smokescreen or Prowl or the first blue streak he came out with, don't have a problem paying whatever $75-$80 for it. This one, it's kind of like, a lot of people, I think they were saying that, I'll just wait for the knockoff of this one, as what few people were saying. But do you think that just hold your horses that you'll probably get a Hasbro version? Because I mean, why not? It just makes sense, right?
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think Hasbro would do it. They may, but I don't know. It's something I don't really. I'd see them doing the other two maybe, and then just like going on to the next one.
So, yeah. Like having Prowl, and then they're just going to go on to the next mold.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. That's
All right.
sweet.
So we have. This was displayed at Tokyo Toy Show. You have your Wheeljack in both forms. Pretty close to a final, it looks like here, and man, he's looking nice.
Yeah, he's got a clear windshield. He doesn't have that dark black or gray windshield before.
You got a little belly button showing.
I know, that's his little screw belly button right there.
He's got a little belly button.
A little bit of bling.
He's hot. No.
He's a little bit better shot right here.
I'm waiting on that Marlboro repaint.
I like this so much.
Yeah,
so nice.
I don't care if he's an innie, out here or whatever, but he looks good.
He's on spring break, y'all. He's showing his tummy.
Got a midriff on.
He's got a little midriff going on. All right,
yeah.
The next one here, we have Masterpiece Bumblebee.
We got square in his chest.
And this one's one of those.
You guys see that square outline?
Clopped on paint, stuff like that. Now, a couple things to point out. I think that this flips over.
To reveal
I think this flips over and Autobot symbol. This is what a lot of people had complaints about right here. Let's see if there's a better picture of. No, okay. Where his fist fold out, and it looks like there's a joint right here where my cursor is, to where this would fold over and kind of cover that up. So people were, and you see this kind of sticking out here. People were like, I really hope this is mistransformed, just because if his fists just flip out and you have that hole there, you're really not giving us the full masterpiece treatment, because that's what the masterpiece is supposed to be.
Are there even
otherwise? I don't know.
I mean, there's no wrist swivels. It's like Takara released an upscaled classics figure. Go back and do it again.
That doesn't look like it.
That's pretty much what it would. If you had this big hole here, you don't have any wrist swivel. It's just a nice-looking chug figure.
Yeah. The front end of that vehicle looks too long, in my opinion, but I don't know.
It is a little bit longer than what it's supposed to be.
At least it's licensed, and then
yeah.
Here comes the news where I get Glyph and Tap Out, right? Excellent.
Yeah.
You want that mold for them?
I'd buy the hell out of that mold for them.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
No wrist swivel, no nothing, but you'd have it. Okay.
They'd fit and scale nice with the rest of my 3H wreckers. I could retire those the originals. I can just put them in their little vehicle mode and set them in the back of the shelf.
Put them on
He's gonna have like a long line of exosuit spikes. So
I'd give those away to the local neighborhood children.
Trick or treat. Oh, here you go. What's this? It's Tap Out. You like it?
All right, we get the MP22 Ultra Magnus. This is kind of a bad picture, and this is, I think this was the first picture we saw, or actually this week it was There we go. This one right here, where it's all blurry and super small and stuff like that. And I don't know who posed him like this, but he looks ridiculous.
The proportions look off a little
People weren't
bit.
digging it. Yeah, in this picture, yeah, the proportions are all off, but whenever you look at this picture, it looks much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the figure.
I'm looking forward to seeing other people get it.
I'm excited for it. An actual fully posable Ultra Magnus. I mean, that's going to be nice. Nothing wrong with the City Commander, nothing wrong with the G1, but I like the fact that, you know, you can move his legs around in this one.
Yeah.
So,
Man, KFC, you missed a market. You missed the market.
man, if KFC would have used that Cyclonus as a masterpiece size, oh gosh.
Yeah, it's like
we'll get into that.
So stupid.
There
he is.
Oh, yeah.
Prime. Now, do you know how much this thing's going to cost?
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Okay. It's kind of an insult that the marked down price is $315. They actually had it there for $350 and then a line through it and hey, we're doing you a big favor. It's only $315. It's
God.
I don't understand how these markup and stuff like that goes, but
I want it though.
$315, man, I really want this as well, but I was thinking that I was going to be paying I was prepared to pay $250.
Yeah.
It's Dakota. Looks like there's quite a bit of paint there. The trailer. So I was like, okay.
It's probably because it's a shared franchise deal. That may have something to do with it. I don't know. I'm down for paying the $315 though.
Yeah, but it comes out right after Ultra Magnus or right around Ultra Magnus. It's a lot of money for masterpiece figures this year. Oh man,
it's $1,000 for 2 figures.
I would love to have it. I mean, it looks so sweet, but yeah, I don't know. And then well, I won't get into that. We'll get into that probably later here. Yeah.
Yep. That's why
you guys are always getting ahead of yourself. Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm buying into this and then something else. So I don't have to worry about that $250 Magnus is going to set me back.
But yeah, I like it. I mean, even the packaging, it looks really sweet. That trailer looks absolutely awesome. I mean, I think it was Punk Wiley who said he would just buy it just for the trailer. And, I mean, it's a nice.
Not for the $315. It's a nice trailer. It's not $315 trailer though. I mean, I'm gonna get it. I'm just disappointed with the price. I just think, oh my goodness, that's
should have got a free box set of the anime to go along with it as just a complimentary gift.
God, they better give me something.
Some download or something. I don't know, but oh well.
Better take another price hack there too. And here we go. Now.
Oh.
This is the Masterpiece Star Saber, and Takara. I guess they just were going to give us the. Here's what they wanted to reveal for us. Okay, so let me go to page 1 here, and let me scroll all the way down.
The no picture sign's great. Oh man.
Yeah. Hold on. All right, so this is what they were giving us, is just you kind of see that little outline there, Star Saber, and they were like, all right, so here's this picture of the foot, and here's this picture here, and that's your teaser. Well, thank you, our Japanese brethren, for ignoring the no picture sign here and saying, you know what, we're gonna take these and put them on the internet for everybody.
I just hope that thing doesn't go up for pre-order until November. Just with stuff I've got lined up to buy in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Here's the best picture that I could grab off it, and I love the little antennae flaring out like this. It's just so anime accurate there.
Mine too. bunch
You know, I mean, it looks awesome. Like I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm not nowhere near as excited as Jaim is, but
maybe
I
even
am,
3.
Yeah.
Vehicle mode, robot mode, and combination mode with
Then you-
Victory Leo whenever
Then
he
you
comes
gotta
out.
buy. I was gonna say, then you gotta buy a 4th one to keep mint and sealed box.
True. And maybe a 5th one so I can have the combination of vehicle mode with Victory Leo because they have to do that. That huge.
Well, why not just 10 so you can show them doing the whole like transformation?
Oh god, that thing is so sweet, but does it even have the Brainmaster gimmick? Doesn't
That's
look
what
like it.
We don't see that.
But we can't tell from these pictures though.
Yeah.
Now we know that this, the jet's coming out and he can transform. So unfortunately we don't have any pictures of him, the smaller jet here, and we don't have any pictures of him in his alt mode, with the V-Star and stuff like that, but they're probably not too far behind. They might be a little bit more careful what they show us just because they obviously know that we're looking at illegally taking photos here, so hopefully the laws aren't too harsh.
Punishable by death.
You saw the no picture sign? Oh god, hopefully not. I wanted to show this off just because a lot of people were kind of speculating that this guy was going to be kind of a MP10 size, but whenever you look here at Ultra Magnus, which is going to be taller, obviously, here on the bottom shelf now, I know it's kind of a weird angle, and they're looking down upon it, but it almost looks like these are going to be about the same size, so I think he's going to be more in scale with Ultra Magnus than he is with MP10.
Which makes sense, though, right?
Yeah, because the smaller jet
think
for
it does.
Saber will be smaller than his battled up mode here.
I want the smaller jet to be the smaller guys that we're getting for the masterpiece. Your blue streak, smoke screen, sideswipe, stuff like that. I think that would be awesome to have him. He's all chilling and stuff with them, and they're making fun of him because he doesn't have like 9 different repaints, and he's like, oh yeah, bam, and then he jumps into his V-Star. So I'm just so many thoughts.
With a little Jan.
I was just I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, jumping into our one BotCon 2014 souvenir figure, Flame War. We got some new pictures of her. Took a look at some last week, but
I want to call her. I want to call her what I want to call her, but I can't call her that because you guys get mad.
Flame Brawl.
No, I want to call her Fire Tits.
No, Dakota, I already told you, man.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, but I don't know. She's gonna get displayed at like the back of the shelf. And it fits the whole like rogue Decepticon deal that Pete told us about. And it's neat. It's a very neat update, but it's like, why are you updating pre-existing BotCon figures? You should be making ones that haven't been made. But I don't know. I'm digging it. I wasn't here to discuss the list last week, but I'm liking this leaked list, and if this is one of them, it looks good.
It is right.
It's a good use of the mold. Very good use of the mold.
Yeah.
You've got the Prime RID Thundertron is Alpha Trion 3H style. Prime RID Viacon and Jet Viacon is Pounce and Wingspan. Guys, that's probably going to be Fastlane and Cloudraker.
Likely Shattered Glass, Fastlane, and Cloudraker to kind of get 2 for 1, I guess. Because the Troop Builder isn't going to be a Knights. It's going to be the Pirates.
Well, I've discussed that to death, that these are individual characters, but they're not troop builders.
Well, it's the troop building pack. It's the the army builder. Let's put it that way.
But they're not actually clones. God.
It's an army builder pack. It's the name of the pack. It's not like, not saying they're troops. It's just the name. That's like Bitstream, Hotlink, and Sunstorm weren't all the same character, but they were the troop builder.
Okay, but the one thing that I'm saying is that's like saying Blue Streak, Smoke Screen, and Prowl, you guys are troop builders. And they're like, no, dude, we're our own individual characters. No, you're troop builders.
But see, had they not been released, they would have worked as troop builders for a Botcon set. You see what I'm getting at? They're army, they're extra, they're beef up guys. They're there to make the teams bigger or whatever. Does that make sense?
They're just there.
I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of people taking Claymores back to the exchange booth, just because like the tampos may be crooked or something. Because I know like I'm not settling for something that is not just absolutely perfect. And I'm right now going to be just any of the tampos in general, if they're off a little bit, or if they're crooked or whatever.
Quit staring at it. Her eyes are up here, Dakota. Okay.
But the fire is down. I'm just gonna.
All right. Love Rampage and Shockwave, Cybertron Primal as Ape Link.
I hate that I'm gonna have to buy two of maybe two different sets. Because the Lion Alpha Trion, the Shockwave, and the Ape Link are doubles. Those are doubles bought for like two different shelves.
All right, and this is a licensed product, Kids Logic, Mechanations TF4 Optimus Prime. This is going to be 6 inches. It's going to have all the light-up features and all the articulation. And honestly, I think this is the best-looking TF4 Optimus Prime that we've got this far.
Sadly,
it does. It looks really nice with that light-up eyes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't transform, but.
That's what I should get. You know, they have that elf on a shelf. You know that they do for Christmas to keep an eye on your kids and make sure they're good. I should get one of these, an Optimus on a shelf that watches my kids to make sure they're good throughout the year. Just watches them, and I can just turn his head each time, just so he does like he's moving. It looks good. But wow.
Can't wait to see this guy painted.
Oh, I like it just like that.
That's probably gonna run you that. What was it, like 130 or something like that? I think it's like 130, 140.
It's an expensive elf on a shelf, Jaim.
Okay, never mind. I don't need that.
But it's all that nice. It's every bit of it. That nice metallic paint. It's die cast. It's got the electronics.
Sculpt.
Yeah, all the articulation and different hands and stuff. So I mean, you get quite a bit with it. So if you want any idea of what you kind of get with this, look at the previous released G1 Optimus Prime version. It was an awesome looking figure. So this, I didn't know this, but it seems like this is officially licensed as well. Little novelty item. This is Mega Drive Megatron. Now we can finally see him colored up. It's kind of this is obviously just a production sample here, and they just painted the head silver, which is common at conventions and stuff like that. But anyone change their mind? You interested in getting this? Remember, he's going to be very small. He's like really small.
No.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, but again, pass.
Unless they made a Super Nintendo Prime to go along with the Megatron Genesis. No.
Oh yeah, that was Punk Wally who was saying they need to make a Super NES Prime, Bumblebee as a Game Boy, Frenzy Rumble as a Game Gear, and Wheelie as a Virtual Boy, because you know that the Virtual Boy was horrid. It made my eyes bleed. So yeah,
just be
that's pretty much Wheelie.
Cool.
And another novelty item. These are made by Takara, and this is transforming sushi.
Yeah.
I can't say the word up there. Now, each piece of sushi or are these little guys right here. I've got them up at the top, priced, or I've got them named or whatever you want to labeled or whatever, from 1 to 7. And the way I have it done, number 1 is the first picture we're going to take a look at. Number 3 is the third picture. So I got them in order. That way, in case you just want to buy them individually, you can get them for $10.95 each with a release date of July 2014, or you can buy the set of 8 for what is it? $79.99. Okay, yeah, there's 8 of them here, so
See,
1 through 8.
I really like to eat sushi, and I have a feeling if I got one of these, I would get drunk and then start eating my toys. So I'm gonna have to pass.
I just don't understand why they actually came out with this thing. Now, some people can say that, well, it's in Japan, so
like maybe for like you walk into someone's house, they have like stuff on their counter, like a little like tray with like, I don't know if it's like marbles or whatever. It could be something like that. Just
or like the bowl of
decor.
fruit. What if you have that friend though? That friend where you have like a bowl of fruit that's like fake fruit out there as a centerpiece, and like you have that one friend that like picks it up, like, is this real? Because I'm gonna eat it.
So me.
To have these things transformed into robots. But
here's the other thing though. This might be acceptable because like people are like, well, in Japan, this would be cool, or something that would sell. But in America, I mean, would you buy a transforming cheeseburger? I mean, I know we got those Happy Meal toys a long time ago when we were kids, but I just don't know how something like this could be successful.
Is this the next Takara anime that they're going to be supporting? They're going to do a sushi anime?
It'll be like the Go series, but it's all sushi. And they're all going to like jump up and down. We're so delicious! Eat us! And then, I don't know.
Well, this is Series 1. Then you have Series 2, if it'll pull up here. And I've got all their names in the order and also their prices. They're all individually priced $25.95, $19.95, $19.95, and $10.95. Or you can buy them in a set of 4, $71.99, with a release date of October 2014. So you got your first guy here. So he's going to be the most expensive one, this guy. Then you got
gives us the right to play with our food. Cool.
And there you go. So I don't know what else to say about that, but this caught me off guard because I know that we've been talking about some of the Kids Logic statues and stuff like that, like they were going to be like $15,000 and just crazy prices. Well, scheduled to release December 2014, this guy is priced at 3 million yen, which comes out to about $30,000 US. Set to include the statue, the stand, and instructions because you're going to have to assemble it yourself. It says it's made of fiber-reinforced plastics, steel core, and sheet steel.
So, Jaim, you're getting it right?
No, fortunately. If it was Star Saber, maybe, but or if it was shinier.
It's supposed to be about 6.5 feet tall is what you're looking at there. And the display stand is not anything really even cool. Like the Kids Logic has a cool display stand. This thing is just this is like something that you would put like boxes on. Like if you're moving, like your U-Haul comes with this thing. I mean, that's what it looks like. So it's not even really a display stand. But I guess it needed wheels on it. They could have done a little bit better job on that.
What you do is you pay $15,000 for the Kids Logic one, and then you just use the base, and then you pay another $30,000 for that one.
There you go.
And so, yeah.
This would be great in my house. I could use it when we have parties, and I could have them pointing towards the bathroom, so I don't have to constantly say it's over there. You can just constantly be pointing. Just follow Prime's finger. It's over there.
Put a sign hanging from it that says bathroom. Get another one that says kitchen, and yeah, dude, I could totally see you doing that. $60,000, you're good.
60. That's worth it.
But I don't know. Just the price is ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, now getting into the third-party stuff. First off, little announcement from Microblaze Creations. Their little add-on set here for Bruticus. They said is going to be delayed because the factory production quality didn't meet the requirements. Excuse me, and um, the necessity of great improvements for reproduction. We are sorry to inform that the product release date has been postponed to late. Looks like that's August 20th, 2014. A release date of other versions are also postponed. We apologize for the delay. We feel deeply sorry to everyone's.
Deeply sorry.
Deeply sorry to everyone's expectation. So far, we're making sure everything from reproduction to release will go well under a high standard inspection. At the meantime, the remodel of bonus parts is also in development, and we wish to get great feedback from you soon. So there's that announcement.
A couple of comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Kind of go back a little bit, but Charles says finally we get an actual prototype pick of MP Star Saber instead of pointless magazine picks. Punk Wiley, Star Saber. Charles says transforming sushi epic fail. Random Man the Awesome says transforming sushi equals Beast Wars 3. And Punk Wiley doesn't come with the cute Asian chick. For that.
I would like to second Punk Wiley and Random Man the Awesome's comments.
And so the next thing is from Bold Forms. You guys remember they're coming out with their Minosaur. So Minosaur. I talked to them and I asked them, because I see what you guys were saying here in the comments. It looks like a comic book design, maybe a toy design, because whenever you look at the Motormaster here, so. I asked them, which kind of version are we going to be getting, and do you know when we might have some pictures and stuff like that? They said, in terms of style, I think everyone has his own vision towards a particular character of Transformer toy, and so do we. We do like G1 style Transformer toys, and we hope fans will appreciate it as much as we do. And I also asked them, what kind of size scale, or do you know how tall it's going to be, what's it going to fit in with, and they said that they really can't say until the prototype is done. So even the prototype done for doing the Minosaur, then it'll probably be a while before we see actual pictures of this thing. But it also, by the way that they kind of told me indirectly, that this is more than likely going to be the toy style. So it's basically take your Minosaur and make them articulated. But again, we don't know how tall he's going to be. So a little bit of news info there. Next thing, Lucky Toys CityBot Series MCB 002 Utopia. They're not Metroplex, and these are just updated pictures because now we can see that their 001 is just the add-on for Omega Supreme here, and now you can see that they actually connect. So I mean, I like this. I'm not someone that plays with my toys, but I think that this is genius. I love this. Also, we get a little bit of information as far as pricing goes. This guy's going to run $400 and have a release date of October 2014. What are your guys' thoughts on just the overall thing? $400. Now you can see that you can make it a lot more interactive, and I got to think that when we get a Scorponok, hopefully a Trypticon, maybe that they connect in some way. That'd be kind of cool. Well, what's your thoughts? Either one of you there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like the price tag for that Metroplex is pretty hefty, but I don't know. I kind of saw that coming. It's neat that they connect, but I mean, they're just not for me personally.
It's nice,
yeah.
But man, that's a lot of cash coming out in October for other things too. But $400, I mean. It's going to be expensive. I mean, I knew it was going to be expensive, but $400. I mean, that's a lot of. I mean, Planet X Genesis was around $350, and I really don't care about the Omega Supreme add-on feature there because it looks okay. But I mean, I do like this Metroplex. I'm glad I got the Generations just in case I don't get this one. But I mean, if I happen to have the money at the time when this comes out, definitely I would probably pick it up. It looks fantastic, and if we ever get more city formers and if they connect, awesome, you know. But I like the fact that this is coming out, so hopefully Make Toys will give us a Metro type. But
you know, and the other thing is the date is a big factor. October 2014. You're talking about just like a month or two before that. You got Masterpiece Bumblebee around this October date. You have the Ultra Magnus coming out. You have the Eva Prime. Or I think that's coming out around there. You got the Star Saber, which is supposed to be coming out like around December, so just a couple of months later. Then you also, I mean, you got Christmas right around the corner as well. So I mean, just $400 is a lot to ask for, you know.
Transformers Guy 223 says, I don't see why you'd pay $400 for this when you can just buy the Generations one for $130. I don't know. In my opinion, the Generations one was just too lanky looking for my taste.
It was for me too.
This one has that boxy, kind of stout aesthetic, but I don't know. I'm not itching for a Metroplex, so.
I'm just glad.
This is more of the stumpy kind of design, to where it looks like Metroplex that I saw in the G1 cartoon versus the Generations one. It just looks like he's got these super long legs. You know, I don't know.
He's a decent sized figure. I mean, he's what, 18 inches tall. I mean, he's 1.5 feet, and I mean, with this, we know there has to be a Triptychon, so that's one thing that I'm kind of looking forward to. And if I have to buy this guy to go along with Triptychon, you know, so be it. But that Triptychon's going to be more money. I know he has to be more than this guy. There's more engineering to go into a Triptychon. I mean, you're going to have a moving tail. You're going to have to incorporate that into the transformation. There's going to be a lot more. So oh man, that Triptychon's going to be expensive. But I would definitely pick that up over this Metroplex, so if they came out at the same time. But big dude.
All right, we'll move on to the next thing. I got a couple of KFC stuff here. The first one is Cincho Barbosa. They're not Captain Shark, so it looks like this thing's getting a little bit closer to release date, even though it didn't come out in May like they intended. But you can see that the tail comes off, it looks like, whenever he's in his robot mode. You also get the trident here and his little stand, which is nice. I do dig the fact we get a stand. I think that really helps sell the figure. But look at those hands. You got the hook and the harpoon. I mean, just little guns up here. I'm really digging this guy.
Yeah, I
can't wait for him. And I know that I said that, like, I'm really kind of getting away from the third parties to where I want to focus more on, the masterpiece, and I trust Takara, to give me my masterpiece, and because they're coming out with more and more, it seems like, this tail end of 2013 and this year, they're doing a really good job of, I'm getting more than one masterpiece, per month, as it kind of averages out so far. But also I have other collecting habits, and third parties are just so expensive, and maybe it's a few months down the line, maybe it's 2-3 years, but I'm eventually going to get what I want. But this is Brave, and no one's really tapping into it. I mean, we got 2 Masterpiece Brave figures, and that was it. And this kind of fits in there because it's going to be a Voyager.
I just like that it's unique and it's different. It's not a combiner. It's not something that's mainstream. And and like you said, it's Brave. I'm just hoping more people, third partiers, get on that type of train. Just give us something different. Tired of the Dinobots. I'm tired of the combiners.
And here we got all 3 of them in their shark mode here. And there's all 3, so they're obviously doing different on the heads and stuff like that. There he is, with Masterpiece Sideswipe or Lambor. I hope the quality is really solid. Here's this shark mode.
Or are they going to do another exclusive edition for their first release that they mess up?
God, I hope not. I've already paid for
to paint it.
The other one, the first one. I wouldn't mind having this black one. I think that looks cool. Like it's kind of your lucky draw KFC Captain Shark.
Yeah.
I'll take this. I'd still buy the the colored version too, though.
It would be so cool if you could actually put Avenger onto his shoulder, create the galactic buster gun cannon or something. That'd be awesome.
That would be crazy. It would be the same as in the original too, because if you did them kind of the same size here, it'd just be this huge just train on his head. So the next thing from KFC, you've got your Voyager size Tempest, which is your Cyclonus. He comes with a nightstick as well, so we finally get a colored version of him. Now, where do you guys just go off on him? Several people in here said that they like him, and this really depicts that Cyclonus that they're really wanting. So.
Sorry, I got the Cyclonus I wanted out of Reveal the Shield. This is the case where it should have been a masterpiece and not a chug figure.
Yeah.
Whereas Ultra Magnus was just the other way around. Like I don't know, I don't get that, but whatever.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would have picked this up, regardless if you would have picked up the KFC Ultra Magnus or the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. I think a lot of people would want a Cyclonus. Because let's look at it. Takara's not going to be releasing a Cyclonus anytime soon in the Masterpiece line. This would be a really nice, substitute for that.
I really love his character too. I mean, he's just, even though he's a Decepticon, you're just kind of like, yeah, he's a really good guy because he's always looking after Galvatron, and when he's doing crazy stuff and destroying his own, teammates and stuff like that. Whereas Cyclonus is always kind of like, I don't know, he's like always trying to sort through it. They're like, that Galvatron's crazy. He's just like, guys, ease off him. He's insane. Just, give him some space. Everything will be all right. I mean, he's a really good character. I like him. I think, like you said, a lot of people would have picked this up if it was Masterpiece. Or you keep him this size and you made the Ultra Magnus the Voyager size, because those two guys needed to be able to face off,
Yeah.
All right, the next thing is we kind of get some in-hand images of Warbitrons. Heavy, noisy. Yeah. No, not brawl. So you can see them here.
Having him stand on the keyboard. Just started thinking like, oh no, you're pressing too many buttons at once. Your computer's going to go bleep, and then a little box is going to pop up. It's not good. I don't know.
Now, a lot of... Dalton said that this picture right here, it reminds him of the frog from Looney Tunes, where he's like, "Hello, my baby, hello, my darling," where he's dancing around. You don't know? I
know.
Okay, Dakota doesn't.
Yeah.
I actually like this guy. We've been very negative towards Warbitron, but as far as the figure goes, I think it does look nice. It's a nice representation of Brawl.
Yeah, it is.
You can see him in his packaging here.
Got a couple of comments.
It's gonna be hard to beat. Go ahead.
Chris said, "I know what Transformers guy is saying. For 130, you get a hell of a lot more of plastic, and you pay 3 times more for a smaller, less plastic-looking bot." I don't know. The Make Toys one looks like it's pretty hefty. A lot of their stuff is pretty heavy. I have the Hypernova, and it's a lot heavier than I thought it would have been, for whatever that's worth. Deck said, "Is KFC going to release a quote-unquote unique version of Captain Shark 2? They should embrace that terrible PR excuse and do it with everything they release, because why not?" BVZ,
you know how furious. Because I kind of joke about it because I wasn't victim of that. But by God, if I am victim of that, whatever it comes, dude, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm like, no, you're taking this crap back and you're sending me the legit one. Dude, I'll go off. I've got the guy. I've got Keith on my messenger, so like it's not hard for me to just send him a message personally. So I'll put him on blast. Go ahead.
BVZX83 says, I need more Yusha in my life. Please, more updated Brave figures. He also said the Classics version is still better than the KFC's, not Cyclonus. So, I gotta agree with you, man. I just don't dig the KFC version.
I kind of think so. Look how big this guy is. My goodness.
You gonna buy it, even though you know it's a company with questionable morals?
No, it's one of those. Like I said, the first combiner that Takara will do Masterpiece will be Devastator because they don't have to license anything, and then the next one would probably be Bruticus because you don't have to license anything there either.
Yeah. I would say Minosaur because they've already got half the licenses for Minosaur.
Yeah.
Or even Minosaur. So I mean, you have like, and for the aerial bots. So, I mean, you got 4 right there that you could do. You got 3 that you could do combiners for right now if you wanted to, because you don't have to worry about license. Then Minosaur. I mean, you're already, what is it, 3/5 of the way there as far as license goes.
Isn't Ferrari like the last one they need or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's just a matter of will it be structurally able. You remember like that Matty Collector Voltron? Like, geez, dude, that thing. Oh god, that thing looks scary. Whenever I saw like videos of it combined and whatever.
People were saying that it's like I don't think that they ever put this thing together.
Yeah.
But let's continue on with the third-party stuff. Warbitron WB03, they're not scattershot. I have the name here somewhere, but I forgot what it was. So, but they have come out with names with them already. He doesn't look too bad. He's going to be in direct competition with Mikey Toys just because they decided to skip the WB02 Minosaur because they wanted to compete with Mikey Toys and come out with their Computron. So.
I still think, I don't know, the Make Toys, I love the aesthetic of it. It's probably because Make Toys does like more comic-looking things, and that's what I dig. Like their Die Atlas. Cannot wait for their Die Atlas. But, I don't know.
Well, I got you set up here with comparison pics and stuff like that. Here he is. He's going to be just a little bit shorter than MP10. And
just want to know why they went with the Masterpiece size. It's just kind of odd.
I don't understand why these things got to be so freaking huge. Like,
they don't even
like
fit
I know
with
some
their other really
rocking it.
Like some people say that like it has nothing to do with, one they think one's better than the other. It's just Hercules is taller than Green Giant, so they like Hercules. And I'm like, so your whole buying thing, even if one toy is better than the other, is all based on height. And then I'm not going to criticize anyone if that's the way that they want to collect, but I don't understand why they have to be so big.
My deal was Hercules.
I love Green Giant.
Looked more like IDW Devastator, and that's ultimately what I went on. It's all about aesthetics for me, and just seeing like this Make Toys aesthetic between the scatter shots, like I don't know, like I would buy Make Toys a scatter shot probably just by himself. I mean, all their figures look really good. As standalone figures, and that's something I dig.
Well, let's take a look at the next one here. Here you have the not Afterburner. Unfortunately, don't have these pictures have no color whatsoever to them. But you can see that he's going to be in size scale with I'm just going to call it Blast Off and or is it Airburst and Heavy Noisy and stuff. So these guys are actually quite tall as well. And I don't know which kind of version you want here. This looks a lot like the G1 toy. We really need colored pictures of it, though, to be honest.
Definitely.
Because it doesn't even look like that wheel moves. I don't know if it does or not, but it doesn't look like it does. Showing a little bit of the articulation off here in robot mode. Again, we do have side-by-side comparisons. So here he is with the Maki Toys version. And
Make Toys killing it, dude.
I'm just digging this more. It's one of those things where, okay, like, so this looks more like the, like he does in the cartoon, or like the original G1 toy. Now, if Dakota ever gives me, the Technobots in masterpiece form, there's no reason to have this, because you've been replaced. With this, it's kind of like the Mastermind Creations Hexatron, to where I love Six Shot. He's one of my, probably top 2 favorite characters. And I've got my G1, I've got the Hexatron. Now, if I ever got a masterpiece version of Six Shot, I'd still hang on to Hexatron, because he's kind of like a different interpretation of it, and he's not trying to be a He's not trying to be a masterpiece Six Shot, like Quakewave, Fans Toys Quakewave and Slag is. So that's kind of what I mean by that. Is you wouldn't have to get rid of this, because it kind of gives you a different idea and look for him. There he is in this bike mode. So it looks very Tron.
Yeah,
quite a bit of difference there.
Oh, dude, I just love Make Toys. I like Make Toys aesthetic more. I don't know.
Now getting to Unique Toys, UTD01 Selmore. This is their Not GoBots Cykill. You can see the packaging. The packaging looks really good. From some of the stuff that I've seen from Unique Toys, I mean, if you're in a package collector to where you want to keep things in box or display them with their box, I mean, they do a really good job on that stuff.
Will it have a foam insert?
Don't know yet. Actually, I don't think he does. You can see him here with all his accessories. Quite nice.
It's a really nice update of Cykill, if you're a GoBots fan. It's nice that there's love going towards the GoBots. But I don't know. It'd be nice to have this, but probably have to pass.
Who's going to jump on the Masterpiece Rock Lords? Be very easy. I like this pose, just because it's very 80s.
Yeah,
it is. I can only bend at the elbow. So, yeah, taking this picture, awesome. Love that. And that's your tray right there. So no foam insert. So I guess Dakota is out.
Bummer.
And quite a few size scale comparisons.
If I wasn't out because of no foam insert, I would have been out because it's a GoBot. But foam insert took precedence. So it's neat, I guess.
Yeah. They do a copter or a crasher. Maybe. But
you're going to have a turbo from X-Transbots, I believe. All right, so this is going to be the Mecha Ideas DC-03 War Gauntlet. This is going to be available at Botcon 2014 at the Render Form and Friends table.
It's a collaboration of Mech Ideas and Render Form, because it's got the new Render Form upgrade head for him, and it's got that sick just custom paint job. $60 is what this guy's gonna go for.
Wow, that's it?
Yeah, twice. It's 2 times the MSRP value of him, but still really awesome. No word yet on buying limits, because like somebody wanted me to pick up 2 of them. I'm gonna pass because of the $60 price tag, although it's very much worth it in my opinion. Looks really good with all that. He's not meant to be displayed, at least according to Vinksta. He's not meant to be displayed with like your other wreckers or with your Top Spin and Twin Twist. The more official one that's coming out, the mass-released one that's coming out, is meant to stick with them better. He's meant to be a standalone piece, but really awesome nonetheless.
That's cool that they would mention that, though.
Yeah.
The next thing is from Mechaform. This is their MF-01 Sky Guardian. And
is that carpet or is that felt? What kind of weird surface is that?
I don't know. Isn't this one that doesn't have the landing gears anyways?
That carpet it's like that carpet that's like up against the wall that they put on the wall at like roller skating rings and stuff like that.
God.
But here he is in his jet mode, and it doesn't look too bad. Now, these guys are going to be in direct competition with Dakota Toys, and size scale that are going on. Man, that face sculpt, I don't know what it is. It just, it looks very derpy.
He looks depressed.
He's not happy to be here.
No. Why did they make me?
Dakota Toys is going to have diecast and all that other stuff, and this is because if you remember the Dakota Toys one, it was getting a ton of criticism in the very beginning, and then they're like, you know what? They went back to the drawing board and they basically made all these new design changes, and now it looks like a really cool figure. Now, whenever that thing ever sees the light of day, it's still a question, but. This maybe they do the same thing. Maybe they're just like, you know what, whatever. This is what you're getting. So who knows? Oh, and a little bonus with this, you can actually has all these ports where you can miscellaneous guns you can plug in all over the place. Is kind of one of their features that they wanted to show off.
Cool.
That face just doesn't help it any though.
So you can be a packing mule. For all the rest of the year, guys. That's why he's not happy. That face sculpt. He has to carry everyone else's weapons.
He's got to carry everyone's. Alright, so the next thing is from X Transbots. This is their MM3 Haas. Is this a GoBot or something? Is that what this is supposed to represent?
I think so. Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, the GoBot thing.
All right, because they're also doing the turbo, so maybe. So there's a lot of GoBot love going around. So we've already, basically seen this guy in Transformations. He was basically the Transformers Pipe and Huffer that they've already done. So just a repaint. And last thing, as far as actual figures, you got the X2 Toys XT002 Shaft, which is their not cog to go with your Fort Max. He's actually quite tall, and look at that. That's some nice arm articulation that he can actually fold all up, with his arms crossed.
Yeah. Just
a new picture here. If you want to see more.
Very Piccolo-esque. Always have to be cross-armed. But really, are you going to display him that way?
Probably not. It's just a, for like. One of those throw-ins to Fort Max that you don't ever really care about or use. He's not a dominant character that he's getting a third-party treatment is just kind of strange, and I think it's kind of cool. So, getting into the add-ons, Dr. Wu DWTP10. This is going to be their, it's their TP10. You got Justice, and you've got their full gear and the destroy, and so all that good stuff. So there's actually 3 of them here. There's the packaging, still because it was supposed to be out a long time ago. Dr. Wu's New Year 2014, and it's like got a Christmas theme going on here. Here we are in June. This thing's finally coming out. But gonna have foam insert. You're gonna get the gun. Hopefully it's 2 guns in this, but I saw this with looking at this, and if this is at BotCon, I'm getting it. This Beast Hunters Optimus Prime, because that looks pretty awesome.
Getting the Nemesis version, or are you going to get the car one or the Hasbro one?
I'm getting this one right here.
Okay, Nemesis, so he has the mouth plate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll look.
Had the mouth plate, the regular one.
All this red translucent, the paint that went into it, and it really looks good with the chest and the eyes here with the translucent pieces.
Yeah, it does.
But it was just looking at these pictures, I was like, you know what? I want that figure. And this is kind of why I was. Does it come with two guns? Are they like just stacked on top of each other in the foam? So, hopefully he does.
Well, we'll see, I guess. I'm sure like product listings would say for sure.
That just looks balls. Go down to the next one. You got your Ultra Magnus set here. So pretty much the same thing. You know, the paint, the translucent, get the guns.
I wish the Ultra Magnus one was just more show accurate, I guess. Like the gun is awesome for Magnus, but well.
And you got your Bumblebee version.
That's the one I would want for Magnus. Like it just being that kind of yellow color.
Yeah.
Dr. Wu ain't afraid of no repaint, son.
When you get your gun there. Right now, the Dr. Wu DWP21 Rambo add-on for G2 Sideswipe. You can actually, excuse me, you can actually see it here. Thanks. And around the leg, instead of these just like little mock-ups here, you can actually see the product.
And they're not stickers. That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
And the band is going that attaches. You can actually see it up here as well. It's going to be clear, so it's not just it doesn't look all ugly. It looks like they're actually like plugged into his thigh here, and instead of he actually had something to tie around it.
Dr.
You
Wu,
pull the little grenades off too. You know what? I'll get this because I plan on getting the G2 Sideswipe.
I'm hoping I can find one at BotCon actually. It's not on my master list, but I don't know. Depends on price.
I'm walking away with your piece, whether it's MP10B or Rodimus or something, or Tiger Track and G2 Sideswipe. Now you also have these little fan style articulated hands for the Datsuns and the Lambors, and so you can do all this stuff. If you're just looking at your figures and be like, you know what, it really needs a little something extra, there you go. I think it's a little overkill, but I'm sure there's a market for it, and some fans are gonna be excited about it. I'm just not one of those. All right, and I believe the last add-on here. Then we'll get into our topic. I know we've already been on for like almost 2 hours. LOD Workshop Cow Catcher add-on for your Energon Bruticus or your Fans Project Bruticus, if you have that add-on set. So it just looks like the shield and the little belt piece here.
Is it Cow Catcher?
God.
Yeah.
Nice.
And all the other names that sounded cool were taken. So you can obviously use it, as you can see here, with your Fans Project add-on. So, and then it also kind of, I guess you would say, transform. It just kind of folds up, and it can fit on the front.
God.
So he can plow snow. And there you go, that too. And it's going to come in 2 different colors. So.
Meh. I don't know. See, I think the that Fans Project Bruticus is just fine enough, but whatever. Like just as it is.
All right. Now, before we get into the BotCon stuff, you get all the comments. Are they all cleared up? Apparently, I entered in the wrong thing here because it shows that like we have 0, and there's like 25 people watching. And
okay. Dex said the Matty Collector Voltron fell down easier than a drunk at last call. Yeah, that's pretty good. BVZXA3 says Make Toys so far has put out some quality figures The fact that Quantron has a big bow weapon makes it unique in G1 at the same time. He also said Psykill was a good guy in Machine Robo. Deck said Make Toys just seems so much more professional looking with their aesthetics than Warbotron. BVZXA3 says Mech Ideas really impresses me with more and more. I have their top spin and twin twist and can never put them down. I agree, they're awesome. BVZXA3 said I agree with you. Deck on that. Love my Hypernova and Paladin, and those are excellent figures. Chris says Shaft looks interesting. Might have to pick him up. I haven't got Max yet, but I do plan on getting him soon. Got some money to burn next month, so why the hell not? And that is it.
All right. All right, so we will first start off with the Botcon. I'm not going to read off all the events here, but basically their schedule. It can be found on their website, botcon.com. You've got Wednesday. Looks like you can go to Six Flags. Obviously extra fees. You're customizing class, golden ticket package, pickup, and tour, which is cost extra. So on Wednesday, whenever we get there, I know that you're going to be doing the custom class.
I'm hoping that they'll actually let me do a little bit of film and photography in there because I'd really like to document that. I think that'd be really cool. So we'll see. No
Just flash your golden ticket. Be like, hey, look.
Yeah.
paid like all this extra money for. Give me a little something. Thursday, you're gonna do a tour, which costs extra. Obviously, it looks like another customizing class.
Yeah, there's two different customizing classes to deal with. Yeah.
Golden ticket stuff, registration, club store opens.
Club store opens for us. Golden tickets. Yeah.
So I mean, Wednesday and Thursday, like.
Those
Jaim,
are just like
Dalton and I. We're just kind of like, dude, we're just living it up, man. Having a good time, We're on vacation.
Until you get in line on Thursday.
Me and Jaim, we're gonna be in bed by like 7 p.m. Fall asleep watching like I Love Lucy or something, the Dick Van Dyke Show, and all those old people shows, and then we're gonna go to sleep. Yeah,
you guys are so adorable.
Then Friday, looks like then this when you have the club store open and registration, contest set up. You're gonna have a couple of panels, autographs. And at 3, the big thing for Friday night, load the buses for Universal Studios Hollywood. Saturday you have
crazy. They're doing it so early.
Well, I mean, they're even going to have the park. What is it? 4 hours, like after they would initially shut it down. It's going to stay open an additional 4 hours. So you get rid of all those people that just, went there because that's what they wanted to do that day. To where, I mean, you're not gonna. I don't think we're going to really be with how big it is. You're not really going to be sitting in a lot of lines.
I'm kind of disappointed though. I figured like that was something that was just kind of like BotCon exclusive to people who pre-registered or whatever, but like you can go to the Hasbro Facebook page or whatever and pick up tickets if you didn't pre-register. I don't know, like that seems really lame to me.
Yeah.
It makes it less special, if that makes any sense.
It makes it less of an incentive for us.
Yeah.
For pre-registering. But whatever.
Saturday is also access for general admission. So if you wanted to go, you're in the area. I think what was it? 2 years ago, it was like $20.
Yeah, it's 25.
And depending on how young the kid is, he can either get in free or discounted or something like that. But you're gonna have all your autographs, all your panels, and golden ticket reception for you guys at 7:30. And then Sunday, kind of closing it down, they're going to have several panels and autographs and stuff like that. Now, during the golden ticket reception, there's going to be a little bar meetup. It's going to be at Yard House, which is right across the street, and it's going to be Saturday, June 21st at 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. And just a lot of people going out there. I plan on going. Dakota's going to be at his golden ticket thing.
Well, I was actually going
to snobby people. So there you go.
I'm going to do golden ticket reception until the BotCon retrospect panel shows, because I'm not missing that. And then I may go to MSTF, and after MSTF, I'll be going to the fan meetup. I'm sure MSTF will end probably around midnight. So from midnight to 2, yay, I'll be going. But there's too much convention stuff going on that I don't want to miss, especially that BotCon retrospect panel. That's just too good to pass up for me.
All right, so I guess we'll kind of get into some of the tips we got for, and then we can talk about other stuff. But as far as tips, if you were to attend BotCon or any other convention for that matter, I would bring a backpack. I brought a backpack last time. I brought one to A-Kon. It's a lot easier. I hate carrying a bag or like a little plastic bag. If I ended up buying something, I can just easily into the. Plus, you can always put gum in there. So if you obviously, I mean, you could go up to your hotel and brush your teeth every 2 minutes, or every couple hours. But if you just need some what is it? Not air freshener, whatever, breath spray. That gum, just something you're going to be around a lot of people and standing next to someone. Like, I don't want to smell just stank. I don't, you had like shrimp, like at lunch, and now you're just breathing in my face, with that smell. So stuff like that, have some gum on you. Always have a bottle of water. And the thing, just go buy a big bottle of water. Probably cost you a couple of bucks at a gas station or something like that. And then you can refill that at water fountains. So that's what I did. That's what I did at A-Kon, and I just kept that in my backpack because drinks are expensive, and that's figure money. You're diving into the figure money. Also, bring some snacks and stuff like that. Or what I did when I went to BotCon a couple years ago is I stopped by Subway and got that thing fixed the way I wanted, foot long, $5. Cut that sucker in half, a bag of chips, and I put that in my backpack. There were people paying like $12 or what was it, like $10 for like a little 6-inch sub that was like crappy. It was like
had like day old deli meat on it.
Crappy. But yeah, it was like discounted. It was like you would buy it at Walmart, but they were like, oh, this is the stuff from like yesterday, so it's like discounted. That's what they were giving, and they were like selling for like $10. And I'm just sitting there eating my Subway in front of everybody, and everyone's like, that's a good idea. So. You might do that, but I think at this actual location, there's a bunch of little fast food places, so you can just go in there. You don't have to bring anything with you if you don't want to, but bring some snacks.
I'm going to get my Subway sandwich made like before I get on the airplane Tuesday morning, and then I'm just going to like save it until Thursday.
God.
Cool. I'm just going to go buy a whole bunch of tuna, open it up, just save it, put it in the room.
That's right.
Hoard it, put it underneath the bed. My stash.
Let's see, some of the other things. And these are the two biggest tips that I can give, and then someone else can share theirs. But if you have a few figures that aren't exactly 100% complete, like on my G1 Thundercracker, I think I'm missing like it's either his left fist or right fist, and I'm maybe missing the smaller missiles the longer ones for like my Starscream, like one or two of those. It's just these little bitty things that there's usually, and there was a couple of years ago, there's a person there that just has nothing but parts and has them priced and stuff like that. So if you're missing anything to make your figures 100% complete and that's something that you care about, then make sure you make a list. You also go on eBay. You find out what those things have recently sold for, and also what's the cheapest that you can buy it right then. To where if they're like, no, I'm charging whatever, a lot more than that price, then you can just go on eBay on your phone and bam, purchase. That sucker will be there whenever you get home. So that way you get it for the lowest price. And I always like pull those things up also on my eBay and add them to my watch list. That way, if I can't find the thing anywhere and I know that I absolutely want it, then I'm going to get it for the cheapest price possible, the best condition, and I'll just buy it right there on my phone. Also, make a list of things that you want and prices as well. What they're currently going for, what they're retailing, what they're eBaying, and stuff like that. Like I have kind of my idea of things I want to go after. Jaim, though, because I'm amazingly going after Masterpiece, and a lot of that stuff we know what the prices go for. Jaim, on the other hand, is going after some more higher end figures. So I mean, he's got to do his research on that and make sure, look, this is what this goes for, or I haven't seen one of these things on eBay in X amount of time. Am I passing up an opportunity here, or are they just asking way too much? And so he's got to do a lot of quite a bit there. But why don't you guys kick it off? Or James, since we were talking about you, you have anything you want to add to that, or tips you want to give out?
Well, this is my first Botcon, so I don't really have a huge amount of tips. But I would just, like what you said, Josh, when you go into the dealer room, have a set game plan. Know how much money you have. I mean, for any collector going into a situation where it's like a dealer room, it's going to be like a candy store. Everything's going to appeal to you. Anything that you want is probably going to be in there. Got to be smart and know that you may not want to pick it up for this price when you first see it. There might be someone else that has it for even a better condition and cheaper price and so forth, unless it's something you absolutely want and it's one of those rare items. But you can be the judge of that. But for me, I'm going in there with just, I know how much money I have on hand. I have a list, but I'm going to try my hardest not to go crazy and be like, oh, look, I just bought Black Zarek, Grand Maximus, and, Minerva, and I'm done. And I'm like, oh, yay! And then, but, yeah, that would be my
and then it turns
advice.
Thursday.
Yeah. It's Thursday, and I'm like, oh, I have no food. I'm just going to stay in my room and just
no money to ship anything back with, or, yeah.
Or someone leaves the window open and they're right in front of it and they just yellow right before my eyes, and I'm like, oh no. But I don't know. I mean, it's that type of thing. But yeah, I would recommend having some type of backpack, water, stuff like that. Definitely, because I've been to other conventions and it works a lot for you to have that water bottle on you, so you're keeping yourself hydrated, so you're not having to constantly go back to your room and stuff, and dress appropriately too, comfortable shoes, not have to, and that type of stuff. I
just
don't know.
Some new insoles. Well, I kind of did my keep my self-maintained and non-stinky care package for Botcon. Made sure I bought a new thing of deodorant. I want to make sure I don't run out, because I'm going to keep one of those in my backpack. I bought some new gum. I bought some baby powder, and sprinkle it on some places. That way you don't, get all sweaty.
I'm going to need baby powder because I didn't think about that. No.
Okay.
I'm going to
I don't know if I'll go that far.
Oh God. I guess my things to add onto it before. No, let's get into a comment real quick. BBZXA3 says he agrees. He went to BotCon 2001 in Durham, and they had to drive back to Raleigh and back to Durham because the trunk was full of figures, and that was an excellent year. Even though I didn't go, I just loved the toys from that year the most. He also asked, is $5,000 enough to go to BotCon in these economic times? He says he might go next year. And if that $5,000 is including trip and it depends on if you want to go golden ticket, if you don't want to go golden ticket, hotel, plane flight, then yeah, $5,000 is way more than enough. Had I been attending by myself, I would have been out $1,000 just for the plane flight and the hotel. And then golden ticket was another $800, and then your souvenirs are $300, and stuff you're going to want, so on and so forth. And that's kind of where it leads me into what I'm talking about. Yeah, definitely watch your money. I actually have a list that I'm going to be printing out several copies of. I'm probably going to have 10 copies, and I'm just going to post them around different places of the convention so they'll be seen as soon as I figure out our room number, writing that on there for my like master wants list. And I've already gone through and what's up?
Rip down some 6-year-old girls like I lost my puppy, like posted up your wants list.
Yeah. So I'm gonna that's a good idea. I'm going to be doing that. So that way, like, what I want is there. Like, if someone has it, oh hey, I just got to go to this room or something, you know. I looked up all the prices, like at least asking prices right now on eBay for them. I haven't actually looked up the sold prices, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with paying some of the asking prices, and I'm gonna have that just for me to look at to use as a reference while I'm in the dealer room or parts parties to see if I'm actually getting a deal, getting a fair deal, a good deal, cheap deal, whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty much what you guys said. I mean, make sure you have money. I mean, if you're traveling like we are by plane, make sure you got money to ship some of the stuff back. I got a carry-on today. I'm gonna try to see if like my box set would fit in the carry-on. I'm just gonna like start testing the box sets that I have here.
Fanny pack?
No, like an actual 20-inch. I don't know. It's too far away to look at the dimensions, but because like I don't, it's all irrelevant. But backpack, just budget yourself quite well, and if you're doing what I'm doing to help recoup for the cost, like I'm having to get up super early Saturday, or not going to bed at all Friday night, and getting in line for the club store Saturday so I can fulfill all these pre-sold exclusive proxies. So be prepared to have long nights and early mornings for whatever that's worth. I'm trying to think of what all else.
Well, kind of going into that, then you also have the room-to-room sales going on as well, and sometimes you can find some really good deals in there. You can even trade back and forth with, some of the other, people that go in there to looking for something, and maybe you have something they wanted, whatever. So there's a lot of room-to-room sales, and there's probably going to be a bulletin board with all those things up there, with all those people. And that's something that I'm definitely going to check out. I know Jaim already has like a couple things that might be already bought before he even steps foot into California. So
yeah.
If you get that, I want to play with it. So
going back to the budgeting deal, don't just budget your money, budget your time, because there's going to be autographs going on when some panels are going on. And you just gotta, whose autographs do you want? I mean, if you want all the autographs, that's cool. I really only see myself getting like 2 or 3 autographs this year. David K and Susan Blue and Steve Bloom, like those are the only ones that I want like signing stuff. So figure out what of the panels and autographs going on at the same time, what you want to do. And the schedule's posted already, so it's like that's not going to be very difficult to plan for that. Or maybe if you don't want to do autographs or a panel, you got some free time to kill in the dealer room looking for stuff or whatever, parts parties, etc. Although some of the parts parties this year, I know one of them is actually not going to be doing a Saturday and Sunday, and they may not even be doing a Friday. Like some of the parts parties are likely cutting it off Thursday just because of how things are very weirdly set up this year. So.
All right, and I guess some other things. Like, I mean, people can act however they want to act, but you will meet some of the the guests, like Dakota and I. We actually met each other, but the thing is, like, we really didn't talk. Who was it that
we were in the presence of Saint? It was Gary Chalk.
Gary Chalk, okay. And the thing is, I see. I didn't like fanboy out or anything like that because like after G1, like I quit watching. I knew that he was somebody, and I kind of recognized the voice, but like I was
he was Shockwave,
like whatever. You're just like you know, you're just some dude, you know, sitting over here, and like if it was like I was like the shattered glass version of Dakota, because if you look over at Dakota, he's just like, you know, so truly excited. Now,
I mean,
he's
like,
a
he
really
bummed,
cool
you know,
guy.
he bummed a lighter off of me. We sat, we talked. I mean, it was just a really relaxed kind of shooting the breeze sort of thing, and like that was so awesome. It sucks
Yeah,
that he's
so a
not going
lot
to
of
be
people
there this
will be
year.
like that.
Yeah, David K was kind of like the same dude. David K was really cool to like joke back with you. You know, it's like, I'm not going to say here, but I said something to him, and he goes, "No, how about me?" You know, it's, I don't know, it doesn't make sense now because I can't, you know, elaborate on it.
And some of them, they're not as cool and laid back. Like, yeah, I remember whenever he came. Like, dude, he had like an entourage of like these people. Like, he looked like the president, like walking around the dealer room, because he had like his secret service around him, to where it's like, no, you can't come up to him. You know, you have to get in that line or whatever if you want to talk to him or say anything to him.
More of his like manager guy, his kind of, I guess, his PR guy or whatever. It was more to do with that person and FunPub, as to why that was the way that was. Like, they didn't want you taking pictures with him. The whole limited thing for people who had to, you know, who wanted his autograph. You know, which there were, like, I did hear some really cool, like, at convention stories. You know, this one girl, her friend, like, took her in the autograph line because her friend got in the autograph line. And anyways, he looked at her, he said, "Are you in the line?" And she said, "No." He goes, you know, but he could tell she wanted a picture, so he said, "Come on." So, you know, he was able, yeah. They took a picture, so that was cool. But I don't know, that was just the way his manager and FunPub handled it, and it's a bad idea, and it's good that it's not. To say this without sounding like a jerk, it's good that he's not coming back this year, without being able to interact the way I think he would like to interact.
Yeah. Do we have anything else? I mean, we could obviously go on, and we will go on. We're gonna jump on the aftercast, you know, after this. So we'll talk more about this stuff and other things as well on that show. But you guys want to end it here? Just because, I mean, we've been going at 2 hours and 15 minutes. I mean, aftercast is in like 45 minutes. I'd really like to eat something. So,
yeah.
You want to end it there? All right. Why don't you guys go ahead and outro yourself, Jaim, and tell them about the aftercast.
I am Jaim, VictorySaber77. Find me on YouTube, Twitter. And I am the host of the aftercast. If you want an invite, just message me through YouTube. Make sure that you're a member of the CybercastNetwork.com and a subscriber. And I usually send the invites. I'll probably be sending them out in the next 15 minutes here. But usually around, I want to say 6:30, but that's Pacific time. 8:30 Central Standard Time. But it starts at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm Dakota. You can find me everywhere at PrimalSabbath. I do the CCN Transformers Topic Show, which will not be happening this next week. So, there you go.
Nope. And you can find me, G1 Hexatron, on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, or my Facebook page. You can like that, the G1 Hexatron. Everything we took a look at today is located on our website, cybercastnetwork.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, CybercastNet, like our Facebook page, Cybercast Network, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, because if you want to see Everything Botcon, it is going to be on Cybercast Network. It's not going to be uploaded to our individual channels, so everything's going to be on there, so a lot of good stuff. And I'm going to try to, while we're actually at the location, try to upload stuff while we're there, so that way you guys can kind of just get the whole experience of BotCon, even though you weren't able to attend. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you on the aftercast, and peace.
See ya.